Okay, this one should be a little shorter than the other ones because there's only two problems for this, but we're looking at trapezoids. And as I said in class, what we're going to be looking for when we do these problems is generally when you're talking about a trapezoid, you're going to be dealing with the fact that we have parallel lines. And a lot of times they'll do the isosceles trapezoids as well, where we know that the base angles are congruent. Sorry about that. As you can tell, I'm recording at a time that would have been the end of a class. In just a moment, it is likely you will also see my cat, which is going to be great when you look through this because she appears to want to bother me at this period of time. It's fine. Here's what we're going to do. When we look at this, we're looking here to find x and y. And x is going to be super easy because an isosceles trapezoid, we're looking at two sides that are going to be equal to each other. And so with that, that means that I can set this side, x plus 1, equal to this side, 3x minus 4, to get the answer. Pretty simple. So x plus 1 equals 3x minus 4. And then we'll just go through and do the algebra. Subtract x from both sides. I'm going to get that 1 is equal to 2x minus 4. And then if I add 4 to both sides, I'm going to get that 5 is equal to 2x. If I divide both sides by 2, I'm going to get that 2.5 is equal to x. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. We're in good shape with that. Now, luckily, they're not asking for us to plug it in and figure anything else out, so we should be fine. Here is the thing that I actually am quite interested in for this next part, because we're going to have to find our y value. And I love this because these two are congruent to each other. These two are congruent to each other, which is nice. But we're going to have to use what we have to figure this out. So if this right here is 4y minus 20, well, what that's going to mean is that these two here, since they are the same side interior angles of two parallel lines, they will be supplementary. So what we're going to set up for this one is an equation in which we are going to be looking at this y and that 4y minus 20, that if I added them together, they'd be supplementary, or they would add up to 180. So that's my equation. So y plus 4y minus 20 is going to equal 180. It's not bad to set up, but it is just a place of thinking about moving this over here and doing that. So let's combine like terms. We get 5y is equal, 5y minus 20 is equal to 180. Then I'm going to add that 20 to both sides and get that 5y is equal to 200. And if I divide both sides by 5, I'm going to get that y is equal to 40. Cool in the game. We're in good shape with something like that. And that lets us get to where we need to. Now, taking care of the rest of these is actually kind of fun. This one will be really fast because we know that angles 1 and 2 are congruent to each other. We know that angles 3 and this 135 are congruent to each other. So I can already use that to say, well, if that's the case, I know that this one is equal to 135. Boom. One step done. Now, I know that these two, just like this last one, are supplementary. So 135 plus what equals 180? Well, in this case, if I take 180 minus 135, I'm going to get 45 for this one because those two added together equal 180. And that then means that since these are base angles, this guy right here is also going to equal 45. So two base angles are 45, other two base angles are 135. And these are supplementary and these are supplementary. And that's what we got. And that's going to be the end of problem 4.